We're going to begin by classifying triangles. There's two ways we can classify triangles. We're going to start with classifying by angles. So there's 4 different ways we can classify by angles. The first, if there's 3 acute angles, then it's an acute triangle. If there's 1 obtuse angle, it's an obtuse triangle. If there's 1 right angle, it's a right triangle. And if it's 3 congruent angles, we call that equiangular. Equiangular for 3 congruent angles. So we're going to look at the picture underneath and classify each of the triangles by the angles that it has. So the first triangle we're looking at is triangle CDE. So since CD has a right angle, this is a right triangle. Now we're going to look at triangle BCE. BCE. So that has an obtuse angle in it, so that's an obtuse triangle. Now we're going to look at triangle ABE. So all of those angles are the same, so that is going to be equiangular. Next one is triangle BDE. BDE. That has an obtuse angle, so this is an obtuse triangle. And then the last one, triangle CFE. They are all acute angles, so that is an acute triangle. The next way that we can classify triangles is by their sides, and this has 3 ways. So if there's 3 congruent sides, we call that equilateral. If there's 2 congruent sides, we call that isosceles. And no congruent sides, we call that scalene. So we're going to look at this picture and classify those triangles by their sides. So the first triangle we're looking at is triangle JKM. Triangle JKM. So we don't know if that triangle has any congruent sides. So that would be a scalene triangle. The next one we're looking at is triangle KLM. So KLM. That triangle, because those 2 congruent tick marks, means it has 2 congruent sides. KL and then LM. So it's isosceles. And then the last one is triangle JKN. JKN. So because the tick marks, all 3 of the sides are the same, so that is going to be equilateral. So that's classifying by sides, and then we just did angles. So I would like you to try problems 9 through 12 on your worksheet. Classified by the side and angle, so doing both. So after you finish those problems, we're going to look at problems 15 through 20. So it says if PR bisects angle SRT. So PR is bisecting angle SRT. That means that this angle is getting cut in half. So that's 30 degrees also. And then it says U is the midpoint of RT. So R and T, and U is the midpoint. So that means that this is congruent to this. So since we already have a single tick mark right here, we're going to put a single tick mark on the other side too. So we've got a single, or out of single over there, to show that those are congruent. Now we want to classify each triangle that is given by its angles and sides. So the first one is triangle UQR. So triangle UQR, I'm going to draw outside the picture, U, Q, R. We know that those two sides are congruent. That angle is 120. This is 30. We can find that one because all of the angles in a triangle have to add to 180. So this angle has to be 30 degrees also. So that is going to be an isosceles obtuse, because two sides are the same and there's an obtuse angle. The next triangle we're looking at is going to be triangle RST. So let's draw that outside of the picture. So R, S, and T. This is 60 degrees. This is 60. We've got 30 and 30 here. So this is 60. They tell us that we've got 8. So that means this is 8. So this side is 16. This side is 16. 8 and 8. This is 16. So it's equilateral and equiangular. Because all of the angles are the same and all the sides are the same. And then the next triangle we're looking at is triangle SRQ. So triangle SRQ, SRQ. We've got 60, 30, 90, 16, 8. So all of the sides are different, and there's a right angle. So it's a right scaling. So now I would like you guys to try problems 18, 19, and 20. So take a few minutes to try those problems. After you finish 18, 19, and 20, we're going to look at classifying a triangle in the coordinate plane. So with this type of problem, we have 3 points given to us, and we want to know what the kind of triangle is based on the sides. So we're going to do distance formula for 3 different sides. We're going to go from J to K, K to L, and J to L. So when we're going J to K, we're going to do distance formula. So we did distance formula in the first unit. So J to K, my distance formula is going to look like 1 minus -7, and then -9 minus -7. So that's going to give us 64. plus 4. So it's the square root of 68. For k to L, my distance formula is going to look like -1 minus 1, and then -1 minus -9. So first I would have 4, and then this will give me 64, which is going to be the square root of 68. And then from J to L, my distance formula will look like -1 minus -7, and then -1 minus -7. So here I will have 36 plus 36, so the square root of 72. So the distance of the three sides, two of them are the same, so it's an isosceles triangle. It's two sides are the same. And that's how you would classify when you're given 3 points for a triangle in the coordinate plane. So now try problems 22, 23, and 24 yourselves.